Welcome back. I'm lucky enough to be spending some time with Neil Finn talking about the career. You mentioned earlier, we talked about the fact that it was a big deal when you joined Split Enz. How much of a big deal was it when your brother then joined Crowded House? Because that was an amazing run where you two could, for me personally, Woodface is my favourite of the Crowded House albums because something happens when those voices get together.
Yeah, well, there's people who would agree with you. I personally prefer Together Alone, but there was a unusual development for the band, but it came from a very good place, which was a whole bunch of songs that we'd written together, and they were demanding to be done, and that was seemingly the simplest solution, was to embrace them and bring them into Crowded House mode, and I think it worked beautifully for the record. There was things about that became difficult because Tim wasn't gainfully employed on stage as much as he should have been.
Yeah.
He's a front man, you know.
Yeah.
And, so there was just a slight awkwardness about that, and that's what ended up stopping it again. But certainly, as a writing, we didn't know we could write together before that song actually was the first one we wrote together. So it was quite a profound moment.
Well, it would have been hard for him because a band is a gang, isn't it? So when you come into a gang late, that you're kind of the new guy. Even Brian Johnson from AC/DC after 32 years is the new guy. Do you think that was one of the hard things for him to...
To some extent. We had a new guy as well. We had Mark Hart had been in the band, but I think we were friends, you know, he knew Paul and Nick well. Paul lived in his house in Melbourne, so like there was good mateship there. I don't think that was the problem. It was just more that there was an odd chemistry imbalance on stage. We couldn't quite resolve. So, but it was a great relationship. And it made for a great record.
Well, the interesting thing, we're going to play Weather with you. You wrote the songs together, you made the album, you put it out, and by the time you made this video, he'd already left the band.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Amazing.
By the time it was a hit, he'd left the band, which was a shame for him. He didn't get to enjoy it quite in the middle of the thing, but it wasn't deliberate. You know, it was just one of those timings, accidents.